right, welcome to Dads and Daughters, Season 2, Episode 5, our Super Bowl edition. I'm hosting from right here in Tampa Bay, actually Clearwater Beach today, site of Super Bowl 55 between the Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs. My loving babushka and Miss Gizzy, Kelly, Jenner, and Gizzy, they're here actually in North Carolina in the cold and rainy weather in Raleigh while I'm enjoying 75-degree weather. So, girls, do you miss your daddy or what?
No.
No. What about you, Lovey?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Gizzy, you miss daddy? Gizzy won't even look at me because he's upset. I'm sorry, Gizzy. I'll be home soon, buddy. So, listen, girls, on one of our last episodes, we had Yankees great Nick Swisher. It's your boy Swish. I was with them at Johnny Damon's cool golf event yesterday in Orlando. He had a special message about our show a few weeks ago, and he has a special birthday message for the babushka, belated birthday, the great Sweet 16 on January 31st. Jenna, look up at your boy Swish. Let's play.
Swear with Swish.
I know. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Dads and Daughter podcast killed it. We got the highest ratings ever with this.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
Yeah,
bro.
maybe that was Mark Collins, not you, but it's okay. No, it's all you, buddy. But having a good time at
All right, man.
Johnny
Good to
Damon
see you,
event. We'll
brother.
see you on the golf course.
Good to see everybody.
Yep. Say hello, man. Jenna.
Jenna, hey, happy birthday, girl.
just
I
missed
feel
you.
like it's the second time I'm telling you happy birthday, but it's
Saying
totally
it
worth
again.
it.
Kelly got a good birthday shout out for Sweet 16, and you're
Oh,
getting
that's right. Kelly did too.
Kelly did from you a couple
Oh, my
years ago.
God.
Now
well,
Jenna's 16.
happy birthday to both of y'all.
There you go. All right, buddy.
Like, it's way over there.
Here we go, Swish. We lost Swish. We lose Swish? Where is he? Oh, we lost Swish.
Awesome stuff, Swish. So another happy birthday shout out for Jenna from my bro Nick Swisher. So for our viewers, we want to do a special voting point of the show here. We did some karaoke the other night at Johnny Damon's golf event, and I gotta say, I think I did a pretty good job with Johnny Damon, Brett Raymer, my buddy Sean, and Run DMC. It's tricky, but we also had our boy Chris Kirkpatrick in sync. He did a little bye. So let's just run those clips and see who did a better job with karaoke. We'll have the girls vote on that. So let's roll it.
When I wake up, people take up mostly all of my time. I'm not singing, but we ringing cause I make them a rhyme. I'm not bragging, people nagging cause they think I'm a star. Always tearing what I'm wearing, I say going too far. Girl, they carry photos down every day. And DJs are dismissed, now we got his J. I ain't crying cause I'm on TV. Baby, for the microphone, cause he's down with me. Rock around and down one time it's tricky. Yeah.
Brooklyn in the house.
I see you out that door. Just another day in the game or two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie. Baby, bye. Don't really wanna make it tough. Make some noise. I just wanna tell you that I had enough. Tell her, Chris. Might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye. Here we go, Tony. Sing it. He's like, I don't know that. I don't wanna be the biggest that I'm gonna be. It's our song. I don't wanna be the loser in a hand. Chris, take it. I don't wanna be your fool in this game for two. So I'm leaving you behind. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie. Baby, bye. You really wanna make it tough. I just wanna tell you that I had enough.
have to give it to Chris by a hair because, you know, he did come back and he had his buddy, Joey Fatone from NSYNC, who came back and did this little version here. I've been playing a second of Bye Bye. So I think they might have won, but we really came in a good, close second place. Let's check out Joey and Chris.
I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on. I loved you endlessly when you weren't there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it alone. I know that I can take no more. It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you, just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't really wanna make it tough.
Fun for laughs, you know, me and my buddy Jim McMahon, we did a little rendition of Twist and Shout. I don't think it came out that good, but maybe a distant third place. I want to see if my girls think I can sing really good. So let's play the Jim and me and the punky QB known as McMahon. So let's take a look at the Super Bowl shuffle.
You got a twist, so going now, got me going just like I knew you would. Shake it up, baby, now. The Bears, twist and shout.
All right, girls, that clip was awful. Daddy singing with Jim and Man, right, Kelly? That wasn't too good. What do you think?
I don't know.
No good? No, I know. Kelly's being nice, but that wasn't really good. So, listen, I spent a lot of time this week in Tampa on Radio Row promoting the big fight of the pandemic with Baby Jack versus Jerry Cooney, Gentleman Jerry. And it was really cool. Like, we got, for the YCS kids, we're going to have a great match coming up this summer. And I think I got some more supporters in my corner. Now, Jenna, most importantly, as you're on your phone, who are you picking for the fight of the pandemic, me or Jerry? What do you think?
Not you.
Not me. That's, wow. Got to work on this kid. What about you, Kelly? You picking Daddy?
I don't know.
101 underdog. What do you think? Gizzy's rooting for me? I don't know. No one's rooting for me. But check this out, this video, because I got a lot of guys. Ricky Williams. You're going to see some cool people in my corner for a fight night. Let's roll it.
Jerry Cooney versus Mike Dempsey. Who's going to be the champion?
This guy right here.
Who's got the bigger guns? Me, right? Look at that. All right, Ricky Williams. Jerry Cooney, this guy said I got a good chance against you on June 5th.
Look out, Jerry. He's got a secret weapon.
He said I look like a Russian Drago in Rocky IV, right, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. He's coming.
Terrifying, so he's gonna,
coming for you.
Jimmy said he volunteers to be my stunt double in case I need any help. What do you think?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Everyone. Yes.
My cornerman for Jerry Cooney.
That's right.
So this
He's
guy
going to beat Jerry Cooney's ass.
Yes, I'm ready, Jerry. Hey, Jerry, I'm here with John Daly again, and he says I'm still going to whip your butt on June 5th, right, John? What do you think?
He's going to get you, Cooney. He's going to get you, Cooney. I'm telling you, buddy.
Got to have this guy in my corner. He's going to swing a golf club at you. If you get rough with me,
the only way I can hit you with a golf club. Maybe, probably not. He'd probably block that too.
Having a great time at Giant Damon's event, man, and having a good time here. Enjoy the nice Florida weather. Sorry about the bad weather up in New Jersey, but hey, we're enjoying it down here, right, brother?
That's right. Oh, yeah.
All right,
Blind squirrel finds a nut.
Jerry, Cooney, David Wells here says,
Jerry, what's up, my man? Hope all is well.
Says I got a shot against you on June 5th, so he
Blind
says
squirrel finds a nut. You could slip and he can hit you and you go down, but we'll see.
Take it from Boomer. I love you, buddy. Here I am with A-Train Mike Alstott. He still thinks I can whip Jerry Cooney's butt. You going to be my corner, buddy, June 5th? And when I got Johnny Damon, and I'm going to have you, the A-Train, in my corner. What do you think?
Let's go, brother. You got it.
You think I got a chance? 3 rounds with Jerry? I don't know.
All day.
All day. All right.
day.
So who's your pick for a Super Bowl Sunday? We know who you're going with. Tampa Bay, baby, right?
Come on now, right?
Brady, man. So great career, great foundation. What about your foundation, man?
It's going well. You know, just got a lot of great supporters like yourself and everybody, and know, that's what it's all about.
All right. Well, we were almost teammates. I was a year before you, but you had a great career. I did not have a great career, but it's all good. But we love you. Miss Tampa Bay. I was talking about Jim Pine, my neighbor this morning. Jimmy was a good guy, man. He was my next door neighbor. Great player. Went to Cleveland after Tampa, but we missed the Tampa Bay good old days. So, all right, bud. Good deal. Okay, here with Micky Ward. I got my Irish Micky Ward. Was it Micky Ward shop at your Box to Burn, Westford, and great stuff here. Even got an undershirt here, which is my training shirt. Micky Ward as well. My trainer. So give me some more tips for June 5th. What do you say, Micky?
Jerry, watch out.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, this guy's been showing me that liver punch. So you got the body. I know you get that left hook, but
I learned it from Jerry, though.
You did? Okay. Oh, that's not good. But we got the Irish guys. We got the Irish posse. So we're going to bring in some good talent. And we're going to have some good golf today and Johnny Damon's event. But Jerry, June 5th, we're bringing it, man. So YCS.org and Irish Micky, Baby Jack Dempsey coming right back at you, brother. Okay. I'm doing some karaoke on Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah.
We were doing
that was awesome. I got some video.
But we were doing Run DMC, Tricky, and Strictly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Which one was better?
Classic.
That's a classic.
Tricky's better.
The real question is, who's going to be boxing Baby Jack Dempsey versus Jerry Cooney? Who's your winner for that fight? Come on, you going to go with Dempsey?
That's not a fair question.
Jerry's going to take a look at it in the ring. What do you think, right?
I agree. I'm not going to say no to that.
You're going to bring Joey. You're going to bring
Where are you doing it?
Hoboken, New Jersey, and Johnny D's in my corner.
All right, we're in.
You're in. Okay, we're in. Okay. Yeah, I love it.
Is this a scramble? Is it a scramble? Okay,
yeah, seriously.
I'm going to beat Jerry Cooney in my boxing match. What do you think, man? I'm going to have We the Kings, story of my life, or what do you think?
I agree. I'm in your corner.
You're in my corner? What are you going to do for me? You're going to help? You're going to help? You're going to do?
I'll do the swabs or something. I'll do the ice pack on the neck.
You might want to throw in a towel for me. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing.
No, you got this. You got this.
All right, brother. So Ryan Cabrera here. So this guy, Ryan Cabrera, is going to be my corner, and
I ain't messing with you.
he's engaged to Alexa Bliss, best wrestling women champion of all time.
That's correct.
Ryan, you're getting married.
That is correct.
This guy's the man. So we're jealous, but you can be at the fight and root me on.
Absolutely. I wouldn't mess with you. You got it.
Johnny Damon in my corner. I got Irish Micky Ward training me. So Jerry Cooney, June 5th. Ryan Cabrera, Johnny Damon. You don't want this. Here with Duque, and he's going to be. He thinks I can whip Jerry Cooney June 20th. I don't know. What do you think, Duque? You think I can beat this guy in the ring? I was a great baseball player. Who's your favorite baseball player? Me, right? But boxing's a whole other thing. So you think I got that left hook? What do you think? He's going to support me either way.
No, I know, this is the man.
That's right. I love this guy, but great to see him here at Johnny Damon's event. We love everybody. Thanks, man. Got Stapp here, Creed, and he's telling me my theme music for this boxing match in June is Purpose for Pain.
Purpose for Pain off the Space Between the Shadows. Check it out.
Yeah, we're going to do this, and he's going to root me on, and 3 rounds, man.
Yes, also
I'm ready.
Survivor on that record is great to train to, too.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Now on to my favorite interview I did this past week in Tampa with my amazing friend, Ben Hartranft. And Ben is 22 years old, and he was diagnosed with autism at 2 years old. And he's an advocate for autism awareness, and he's a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. Works for the Eagles Autism Challenge, and in 2018, and he was nonverbal at 2 years old, and the kid can not stop talking. I love Ben. Ben loves to talk, and he does some great things. Works at Dorney Park, and has some pretty cool jobs. In 2018, Ben was invited to carry the Lombardi Trophy for the Eagles at the ring ceremony when they won the Super Bowl. And let's see a clip of Ben. He was on the amazing Ellen DeGeneres show in October 2018, and really cool. Let's check it out.
Named Ben. Ben was diagnosed with autism when he was 2 years old. He's apparently one of my biggest fans. He also loves the Philadelphia Eagles football team and my friend John Dorenbos. So we brought him here, and right now he's backstage with John. He thinks he's filming something for Ellen Tube, but we may have just said that to get him here. John, if you can hear me, just yell out, "I love Ellen."
I love Ellen!
Me too!
We love Ellen! Yes!
Yes, okay.
All right, I'm going to surprise Ben right now.
Okay, we got to calm down for a minute.
Okay. Why do you love football?
I love football.
Ben, hey, excuse me, I'm sorry. Ben?
Somebody wants to say something.
Hi, Ben. Hi.
Wait,
Ben, what are you doing back there? You're supposed to be out here. Come on.
Wait.
Come on.
Ben, guess what? We're going
Yes,
out.
you're supposed to be here. I think that's pretty hopeful for people out there who have kids with autism and they're told they're not going to talk, and then all of a sudden you learn how to talk. That's pretty amazing.
Mhm.
So, and you have how many jobs?
I have like 2 jobs.
All right, what do you do?
I work at Olive Garden. I do salad and breadsticks. And I also work at Dorney Park. I'm a park ambassador. And I walk around and talk to guests all day. And I turn the frowns to smiles.
You turn the frowns to smiles.
Yes.
That
And I like to be like you because you know why? I love surprising people and I love saying hello and I like to give out surprises. Like I like giving them fast names and soda cups.
Oh, that's so nice. So that's your favorite job?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. But giving out breadsticks is nice too. You know.
That's my.
All right, so you like to raise awareness about autism.
Yep.
Why is that important to you?
Because I have a great quote, Ellen. Having autism is not a bad thing, and it doesn't characterize who we are. We are unique and special, just like a rainbow.
Yes. Yes, Ben.
Yep. Let's be best friends, Ellen, forever.
Let's be best friends.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it. I have another best friend in the audience, but we'll be best friends too. All right. So you're an ambassador for the Eagles. What do you do there?
I actually talk to people all day, and I research funds for autism. And I do a lot of stuff, and I help people with autism.
That's great. You got a lot of jobs.
I do.
Okay, so.
Now let's roll my special interview with Ben from the Ben and Jay Show from Super Bowl Radio Row. Really cool, and let's check it out.
The NFL alumni chapters and a lot of organizations over the years. And so my heart is with Tampa and love the family, the Glazer family, and they've done. But I got to say, Patrick Mahomes, I've seen him grow. His agent, Lee Steinberg, is a friend of mine. I known Patrick for a very long time, so I want to see Patrick have a great game.
Ooh.
I'd like to see the Buccaneers. So if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to say 34-21.
Ooh.
That's going to be my prediction, but we'll see. You know, it's going to be a great game, and I think it might be a closer game than people even give it credit for. So I think it's going to be a shootout, and we'll see. Definitely not going to be a low-scoring game. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I can tell you that for sure. Like it's interesting to me, like how Super Bowls are a lot of fun. Like I like the wings, I like the commercials, but I also like the spending time with people.
Absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a great, even the NFL this season, I was asked earlier on an interview what they've been able to accomplish this season, and I think they far exceeded the NBA, Major League Baseball, with providing fans great quality entertainment. There's been very little, there's been some COVID outbreaks, and the teams have handled it very well, and I think they put together, there's been a couple of exceptions during the season, but for the most part, they've done an A-plus job, and getting this far, I was worried a few months ago whether we'd even have a Super Bowl here this week. So the fact that they're having this, and of course, it's a little odd, seeing Radio Row as bare as it is today. I'll be honest, I go every year, and it's usually buzzing, and all the NFL stars and are here, and there's little of that. It's very the players are taking precautions. A lot of the alumni aren't here as they would be in ordinary years, but we're all still here and having an event, whether it's going to be impacted by the pandemic or not, it's still going to be the same. And I think for people in the country to have a day to enjoy life as normal, right?
Yeah.
Sitting there at home Sunday, people can still turn on their TV sets and watch a great game. In the NFL. Sorry for the Eagles. I know you're an Eagles fan, but
did you play against
get there
the
a couple of years ago?
Did you play against the Eagles when you were playing in Tampa? Did you play against the Eagles?
Oh, the Tampa Bay and Philadelphia rivalry was always, over the years. They had some great matchups over the years. They've always matched up very well, and there's been some classic games over the years. And as you know, Ben, I've talked to you about obviously Ron Jaworski, a former Eagles legend, as I call him. I mean, Jaws is one of those guys that has so many great stories over the years, and Tampa Bay, I mean, back in the day, he used to face off with a guy named Doug Williams, who was a former Buccaneers quarterback, who's now an executive with the Washington. I can't say their name now. It's the Washington football team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say that word, politically incorrect, but yeah, I mean, it is. They had some great storied matches over the years, some storied games, and I think it's going to be a great game again on Sunday. Looking forward to it as a fan, and yeah.
The last time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were playing the Super Bowl, they actually beat the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl at the Vet. So that was back in 2003. Yeah, it was 2003.
Yes, it was.
And I was really little at the time, but they had Mike Tomlin on the team, and they beat the Oakland Raiders at the time.
Yes, they did. Yes. Yeah, I mean, back when John Gruden, you know, he was the coach of the Raiders, then went to the Buccaneers, and now he's back in Oakland again. It's kind of, he's come full circle over the years. Usually I see Coach Gruden walking around here. I don't see him so far. Been looking for him because he's always very opinionated and loud at the tables. You could always know when Coach Gruden's around. He's a great guy. I mean, I was fortunate. Live my dream was something that I'm always proud of.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. How do you feel about the NFL and everything that's been going on? Do you feel like they should have more inclusive stuff with people with autism and special needs that are happening today?
Absolutely. As you know, Ben, my daughter Kelly has special needs. She has Asperger's, and and I was just talking the other day with our mutual friend Rachel Barcelona. Mm-hmm. I know Rachel's down here this week. She lives in Tampa, and she works with Culture City. And Culture City, they were at the World Series as well, and they are working with some of the NFL teams. I did get an update, and their idea is to put those sensory rooms in every stadium. I know they have New England, Miami Dolphins have one already. Philadelphia does have one, and the owners of Kansas City, I think, are connected to this as well. And I know Lee Steinberg, I can tell you himself, Lee Steinberg's the agent for Patrick Mahomes, and Lee has an autistic son.
Really?
Dedicated. He has his fundraiser virtually tonight, and I know he's working on that, and I think it's going to go along pretty well. I think there's some great steps, and that was the message that Rachel said was, hey, this is in progress. This isn't like an idea. This idea is already in motion, so it's so great what you're doing, Ben, to promote that and push it, and anytime I get a chance to see Commissioner Roger Goodell, I know he would support it too. I mean, he's been a great guy over the years, supported a lot of great events and charities, and I know the NFL is behind it, so let's keep it rolling.
I absolutely agree. And my dream one day is to work for the NFL and to really take awareness to the next level and be a village. And that's what NFL players need to do. And my goal is to really take some of the people who have Downs, autism, be cheerleaders on the sideline, whether we have them do different stuff. Do you see like somebody with autism who wants to play for the NFL can play in the NFL? I could see that happening. Do you see that happening?
Absolutely. I just did an interview with the Fight Network, boxing, and I think it's an MMA related network. And they were just telling me a story about a young man that's 22, 23 that's trained to be a UFC fighter, and he has Asperger's, autism. Wow. And like, that is incredible because that shows that it doesn't matter what you have abilities beyond disability, right? And it's nice to see. My daughter, Kelly, is a cheerleader, and she doesn't cheerlead for a special needs team. She's on a regular team.
That's so cool. Because in high school, go ahead.
Yeah.
In high school, like I've seen a lot of my special needs friends cheering on the sidelines too, at my high school. Like it's really cool how North Penn, like I go to a high school called North Penn, and they include some of the people who have like disabilities and people cheering on the sidelines. I have a couple of people that I know over there, so it's actually really cool.
I always say it's great when they have special need kids involved. It's nice when they're part of a regular league. See, Kelly didn't want to be classified as, my daughter Kelly, as a special needs cheerleader. She did a dream team, and they parade them out, and it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I think that's incredible when they have the team all come out, and but Kelly wanted to be on a regular team. And school, she was on a team. I don't think anybody even knew she was autistic. I got her on the team. The truth of the matter is I did go to the coach and say, you're getting my daughter on the team. As a dad, she never knew that. And because she didn't figure out that she didn't really try out for the team. But I'll tell you this, she earned her spot. She was so good and learned the routines that I don't think anybody ever looked at her as a token to be on She earned her spot. And what she wants to do now is really use this. She's in competitive cheerleading, and she wants to, go to the world championship. And how am I as a dad not to say, Kelly, obviously she can do this. She can accomplish her dreams. She learns tumbling, and it's cool. And she doesn't have the physical abilities that other kids do, but she's determined and being resilient. So, your dream, Ben, to work for the NFL, do not give up on that dream, because it will happen. You got to will it to happen, make it happen. And the networks, and what me or Rachel or anybody who can give you those networks, you just got to get the opportunity to get in front of people and really lend your voice. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be working for you one day.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would love to meet, I didn't know.
Well, I'm really excited. I'm also invited to be on a special edition of Ben's show on this upcoming Saturday with former Giants running back Lee Russan and a few other NFL alumni, and really enjoy the opportunity to be on with Ben this week. Ben dreams of working for the NFL, and he also dreams of having sensory stations in all NFL stadiums around the country. We're working with Rachel Barcelona, Culture City, a lot of good organizations to make that happen. What do you think, Kelly, of Ben's dreams? You support him?
Yes.
What about you, Johnny? You support him?
Yeah.
We're all Team Ben, so let's going to make this happen, buddy. And we're really proud to know you and proud to be a friend, and going to have you on some future episodes. And I want to play a few highlights of an interview I did with the Detroit sports radio station earlier this week. Really touches on my journey from athlete to terrorist survivor of two horrific events to philanthropy. So let's check out this clip.
A 9/11 charity with my friend Anthony Gardner, who lost his brother, just to really mobilize survivors and family members and rescue workers, and that started my journey in philanthropy. Now, the irony was I had done a lot of work with the New York Yankees here in Tampa as well. Raymer, a good friend of mine, had done a lot of community relations, so I kind of started to not just help out the 9/11 charity that I do, but also help out the Yankees on charity events and start the networking and start to get into that. So I've always had a double life of doing my day job and banking, but also support philanthropic causes. So that's how I kind of got involved. And then it came full circle 3 or 4 years ago with Las Vegas. I was out there filming an episode of Tanked on Animal Planet with my friend, Brett Raymer, one of my best buddies. We were filming that weekend, and in Vegas, I was at the Mandalay Bay outside having drinks. I was going to Scott Baio, Chachi, his golf outing the next day in Los Angeles. So all I could think about was getting on that plane from Vegas Monday morning, and Sunday night around 10 p.m. That's when the shots were fired, and didn't know what was going on, and ended up being, I guess, in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I was in lockdown that whole night, and it brought back a lot of, obviously, memories, bad memories. Obviously PTSD is something that a lot of us struggle with, and definitely took resiliency to a whole new level, and been doing a lot more peer outreach. A lot of, you've seen in the last couple of years, communities like Parkland. I was down in Parkland a couple of years ago doing a workshop with their roundtable with their students, a lot of the survivors, bringing Columbine, bringing a lot of different communities, Boston Marathon, Oklahoma City together, talk about and bring us to heal. And that's been a lot of the work I've been doing. So, and now here we are in the pandemic, and people going through a lot in the last year, and started a podcast called Dads and Daughters with my teenage kids. One of them has Asperger's, giving her a platform to talk about a lot of issues, mental health related, anti-bullying, and we have celebrities. As mentioned earlier, Johnny Damon's one of my best buddies. He comes on every week. We had Nick Swisher on last week.
Love some Nick Swisher.
Yeah, we love Nick Swisher.
Play third base.
Swish is great. I love Swish. And then I'm doing this big charity boxing match in June. We've been promoting this for 18 months. Jerry Cooney, who is a former boxing heavyweight legend, who fought Larry Holmes, and we have a lot of celebrities coming out for that. We have Tracy Morgan, the comedian. Johnny Damon's going to be in my corner. Irish Micky Ward is training me. Iran Barkley, and we're going to have Doc Gooden as well coming to support me and raising money for underprivileged kids in New Jersey. And that's what it's all about. So it's all about the impact we make on lives, and me getting in the ring for 3 rounds is I hope it looks pretty. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Now, Mike, You've obviously had a unique, I don't want to say opportunity, a unique experience of, being in incidents of mass violence, not once but twice, and obviously those are very very morbid experiences. But what advice do you have for people, like now you've gone through those experiences and you've been fortunate enough to make it through? What's some life advice you have for people to help them enhance the way they live their lives and live it to their fullest? Because just speaking to you for only like maybe 20 minutes, I can tell that you're very full of life and you appreciate life very much. So how can you give that to other people?
Everybody heals differently. So for me, getting involved in peer support groups, I was not a person to go to a one-on-one counselor. That was not in my DNA to talk, but I needed to be around people. I'm a type A personality. Athletes were addictive too. We have to be out there. So I had to pick myself up and do something positive. Called survivor guilt, it was called in the beginning, but I just wanted to make an impact and help, and I didn't want to be sitting in my bedroom or just commiserating. So same thing with Las Vegas. 5 days after, I happened to be at an event with Johnny Bench in Charlotte, and started to use the platform of being the only person to survive 9/11 in Vegas to start to help others. And I wanted to help the Las Vegas community because they were dealing with this tragedy, and getting out there and saying, here, I can help you. I've been through 9/11. I can't say I can solve everything, but I can maybe make an impact on one person, two people, or many more. And I feel like that's my mission in life, is to promote resiliency and be out there and make an impact. And because, everybody has their own way of healing. Fred Gutenberg lost his daughter Jamie in Parkland. He's going to be on my show next month. He's dealing with that gun violence, and it took his daughter's life. And it's hard. You want to be an activist, but you also need to kind of grieve. And Fred is dealing with both, being on in Congress and with Joe. A lot of stuff he's been doing on a national level. And but he's also, as a parent, has to grieve, and you got to take that time for yourself and heal before you can help others. So I always say, help yourself before you help the others, because otherwise you'll be in a very tough. I found myself doing too much. I had to slow it down, and now I'm kind of being able to pick up again and help others.
Yeah, that's good.
What?
So,
Go ahead. No, that's you.
Surviving 9/11 and surviving other violence attacks, what made you push through and fight? Because some people say, I don't want to go through this, I can't go through this, and they give up. But what was your mindset, or what were you fighting for?
Well, it's kind of like what I'm doing with this boxing match with Jerry Cooney. It's like that Rocky mindset. When you get knocked down, you got to pick yourself back up again and move forward. And I kind of had that instilled in me from a young age. We all get setbacks in life, and I think everybody's just got to find that resiliency within them to get back up. It may not be easy, but find that goal and keep setting goals, and over time. And it's a journey. Nothing can happen overnight, so you got to take little bit small goals, and that's what I've been doing with this boxing match. I had to learn how to. I'm almost 50 years old in August, and to get in the ring and start to learn how to move and learn how to breathe properly in the ring, and have Micky Ward really put me through boot camp to get prepared. It's like little steps at a time. I'm not going to be ready to go out and fight Mike Tyson next week, but Jerry Cooney's 65 years old, and but I tell you, he's got a killer left hook, especially to the body. But I got to be prepared, and you can't prepare overnight. So you take small increments, and that's what it's all about, is getting yourself back up and helping and kind of following through in the journey.
All right, before we wrap up our special Super Bowl edition, I want to show our viewers one final clip from an interview I did with Fago White Franklin from New Stitch Media. And for all of us, as we're approaching a year with this awful pandemic, COVID-19, we need to emphasize resiliency. We need to think about paying it forward with philanthropy. And one footnote to make on this interview: my voice is really strained. It's still coming back, but we did that karaoke a couple nights ago at John Damon's event, so my voice did sound pretty bad the next day, but that was just the karaoke, the awful karaoke singing. But hopefully you enjoy this interview.
Good morning, everybody. This is Fago Franklin III with New Stitch Media. Today I am joined by motivational speaker Mike Dempsey. Hey, how you doing today?
Doing well here in sunny Orlando, getting ready for Johnny Damon's golf outing. I lost my voice a little bit last night. We had our pairings party, and we did a little karaoke. We had Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC and Johnny and me and Jim McMahon and a lot of guys trying to sing. We can't sing, but we had a great time last night raising money for a good cause. So I'm just and we got golf today kicking off in a little while, but just excited to get back out there into some kind of civilization again. So
amen to that. Amen. It sounds like you had a party and you had fun last night. Before we go into your journey, can you give my viewers some words of encouragement for today?
Yeah, it's all about resiliency. We've all been through a lot with the pandemic in the last 10 months, all struggled. Actually, last time I was here in Orlando, I was with Johnny Damon at his house and got the news that the whole world was shutting down. We thought, okay, a couple of weeks, couple of months now, it's been almost a year. And we just got to keep out there raising money for our charities, for our causes, and just kind of being good dads like I try to be to my girls, and just getting out there and not letting this thing beat us. We're all tough. And I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You could tell by the accent. And I'm actually staying, crashing with my friend Brett Raymer, another Brooklyn guy that was on his TV show called Tanked. And we were talking last night about how Brooklyn people like us, we just get up and keep doing what we're doing. So I tell everybody out there, just keep fighting, get that vaccine, and let's get back and have some fun and do some great things in this world.
Now, I know you have talked about, charities every so often in different interviews. What does it mean to you that you can contribute to society in a positive manner?
Well, it's about paying it forward, So I had a 9/11 charity. I was a 9/11 survivor as well. In the World Trade Center, and our charity, fortunately, has been funded by a lot of great organizations, Cantor Fitzgerald, a lot of great groups over the years through Charity Day events. And I've always felt blessed to have had that support for what we do, providing 9/11 families, survivors, rescue workers, and making a great impact, and also helping other communities. Like we've helped Parkland, we've helped Vegas. I was also a Vegas survivor. Don't get worried about it. I'm not in the same room as you, but no. I think it's all about paying it forward. And, obviously with my sports background, do a lot of work with the Yankees, obviously NFL alumni chapter member in the Carolinas. I'm blessed. That's why I love being down here. Super Bowl week every year. To be honest, I have not been to the Super Bowl in 20 years exactly. It was in Tampa, Giants, Ravens, 34-7 result. The Giants didn't come out on top that day, but my boy Trent Dilfer did, right? So, but I go Super Bowl week. Last 12 years, and there's all these great events. I support Mike Ditka's Gridiron Greats, Jaws. Him and Ron Jaworski do a cigar party, and we raise a lot of money for retired players with traumatic head injuries. I do a lot of stuff with St. Jude's every year. They always have a great event. So to me, what the Super Bowl week is all about is the charitable causes that we support. And the game is secondary. I love the game, but I'd rather watch it from my couch, quite honestly. Being a football nut like we are, I can't enjoy in the stadium anyhow. So I like to study what's going on with the defense. It's like that's how I'm wired. So me going to a game and watching it. But I was blessed 20 years ago. Leroy Selman, God rest his soul, former Buccaneer legend. He was the USF athletic director at the time. Got me on the field and before the game, and I had a great time. This is such a great Super Bowl experience that week. So I said, well, if I go back, I may not have the same great time. So I'm just happy to be here, and I'm glad the NFL has done a great job. What do you like or not, Roger Goodell and everybody in the organization, the alumni, so everybody has worked together to make the game safe for the players this season. Very few hiccups. I think we really outdid the NBA, Major League Baseball, and provided fans like really great. If you think about it, if you look at the games that you've watched this season, it's some great action. You would never know there was, a virus going on. Everybody just poured their hearts out. I know not having fans there made it different, but I think the players just made it work, and I think everybody worked together. The league and everybody else deserves a lot of credit for getting through this season.
With you being a life survivor of not just 9/11, but the Las Vegas shooting, what obstacles did you have to overcome? Did you have PTS at one time?
Absolutely. PTSD is, and I'll be honest, I've had a lot of struggles with it, and I found actually help through Coach Ditka's organization. So, besides traumatic head injuries and helping guys with concussion injuries, we also help veterans or people like me that have had PTSD, and I've also had concussion traumatic head injuries as well. I fractured my skull on 9/11. So I've had that, and also numerous football concussions. Back in the day when we played, I was a linebacker, we didn't play the game safely. I wasn't coached the right way either, to be quite honest. And, spearing and all the stuff, and how many things I have in my helmet, how many marks. That was what made a great player. I was from the old Dick Butkus kind of school of thought, and Mike Singletary, man, I wanted to hit somebody. And, you don't realize it till 15, 20 years later, you start having those issues. I know, I played college football, and I, played semi-pro. I played arena football, and it was some devastating hits at the time. I got up and thought, okay, I'm okay. And now, like, you feel the effects. I was with Jim McMahon last night, former Bears quarterback, legend, Super Bowl 35 years ago. He's doing well now, but boy, the concussions and some of the issues he's had had really taken its toll on him. But he's in a really good place, I got to tell you. I was with him and his girlfriend last night, and a lot of us are doing better thanks to Chris Nowinski, the Concussion Legacy Institute. There's a lot of great organizations out there helping guys like us that have had concussions and but PTSD, like to answer your question, very tough thing to deal with. There's no closure. You kind of relive a lot of these triggers that you have, and unfortunately, it's something that we just have to deal with. And but I've got a lot of help. You got to find your helpers, and I've learned that over the years. Is you got to find who it is that can. A lot of great organizations out there, and you can't be afraid to raise your hand and say, "Hey, I'm not doing well." So I've had some good days, and I've had some really, really bad days, and even recently, I've had to take some time off of work because I just can't focus. I have some bad nightmares and just things like that just continually plague me. So, but I try to focus on the positive.
Amen to that. Tell me about your dad's and daughter's podcast. I love everything about it.
I appreciate that. My daughter, Kelly, she's just turned 18 a few months ago. She's on the spectrum, and I want to give her a platform, to kind of get out there and really reach other. She likes to help others. Try to teach her the right way. It's not just about helping yourself and give her the life skills, which I'm trying to do, but also helping others along the way and imparting some wisdom. And we've had some great stories. Yeah, we get the Johnny Damons, we get all the nice celebrities on the show when we can, but those are because they're pouring their heart and soul into philanthropic causes, supporting special needs children. But we also like to inspire, talk about issues like anti-bullying, which is a tough issue out there for teenagers. Addiction, and there's a lot of teenagers popping pills. I'm in a group called Pro Athletes in Recovery, and we got to really help the younger generation. And I want to reach that younger generation with the show topics that we do every week. And we have inspiring stories of a couple of Down syndrome kids that have one. My daughter works for, that's fundraising for her own coffee shop. And we also have another one, Hunter Norwood, whose birthday is today. Shout out to Hunter, 20 years old. He has an ice cream shop out in Alabama, and he's doing some great things. And he's a relative of a Yankee legend, Brian Doyle. And I was connected with him and his mom, Michelle. And, these are the stories that just inspire and makes me want to work harder to do what I do.
What advice can you give people that are actually getting bullied and feel like they don't have an outlet to go to?
I think it's something you have to find support. And I've always been with my 9/11 group, for example, I'm not a person who likes one-on-one therapy. We're not going to reach out to somebody one-on-one, but in a group setting with other people that have been through it. And whether it's online, that's the beauty of back in the 80s when I had been bullied in elementary school, I didn't have like a support online. So you had to kind of find and talk to people, and that was very difficult. But now you can be almost anonymous and reach out and find resources online on your computer. So there's so many different ways, whether it's escalating to get help through a guidance counselor like the old school ways, or really reaching an online kind of mechanism, support groups, virtual. There's so many, but you have to, again, raise your hand. Like my daughter went through, my younger one, my older one been through it because she has Asperger's, and that's just a natural, unfortunately, and it comes with people with special needs. But my younger daughter, who I never imagined would ever be bullied, it started happening to her. And Jenna doesn't like to reach out and raise her hand. She's embarrassed a little bit by, and I had to really go to the principal and say, here's what's going on. I don't want her to feel shameful about it, but you got to, as a parent, know what's going on with your child and kind of escalate.
How do you balance being a family guy, being a podcaster, an entrepreneur, as well as helping all these foundations? How do you do it?
I got that type A addictive personality. I always say, Zach, go and seriously. I mean, that's what gets me. I'm on 3 hours sleep. Like I said, we're doing karaoke, I think, till 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm up at 6. It's just what fuels me, when you have a passion for something, and my whole life, and that's what gets me up in the morning, helping them with school. You know, I've never missed an IEP meeting in 12 years. My daughter's a senior, and I've been going to these individualized educational program meetings to give her support to get through her schoolwork. And I'll tell you, those meetings are like 5-6 hours, and I've done them virtually from different parts of the country. I might be in LA. I've even been in other countries when I've had to do those meetings, but I never missed a meeting. I have a Cal Ripken streak for never missing anything related to my daughter. And that's a hard streak. That's the streak I'm most proud of, is I never missed anything that I feel was very important to either of my daughters. Cheerleading, IEP meetings, and that's what it's all about. You don't want to have any regrets one day. You can always work harder and harder, but you know, you don't get those moments back with your kids. And I always say family comes first, and you got to revolve your work and everything else around that, not the other way around.
What have you learned about yourself with adapting to the pandemic and adjusting to, you know, the normality of life now these days?
Well, I just think pivoting, we all have to pivot and adjust to this new normal. And I think it's great that we're doing these podcasts. I like to be in studios, and look, I speak at a lot of conferences around the country. And what I found is now I have to do these kind of virtual roundtables and get on Zoom, learn Zoom like we've learned that in the last year, StreamYard, my podcast like you have. It's a pretty cool thing, you know, to sort of try to, you know, pivot, adjust to what's going on and make something better out of it. That's what I've learned is I'm actually enjoying, I'm not enjoying being in a pandemic, but I've enjoyed adjusting and learning to new technology that I never knew existed. Like we're doing this right now. And it's like, I would think back in the old days, I had to be in the studio, run and whatever. Now, like the old days of commuting or traveling, we can do things like this. And even when things get back to normal, I think people are used to seeing virtual, and I think it's such an effective product as well.
So tell me a little bit about the upcoming fight that you're promoting in the next couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Cooney, you know, I've been friends with Jerry. I'm a big boxing fan for years, and Larry Holmes. I've met these guys for the last 10, 15 years. Vinny Pazienza I've known since like 1996, the Pazmanian Devil. So I was with Jerry at a charity event for Mark Wahlberg's foundation. We do it every year in New York City. And Jimmy was there, and kind of we all came up with this. And Jimmy and Jerry, or Jimmy Wahlberg, are really good friends. And they were talking about the fight night that Jerry does every year. And I said, hey, what a cool thing, you know, Dempsey, last name, Baby Jack. I haven't been in the ring. I did try as an amateur back in my senior year in college. I was 1-3. I didn't have a really good record. I think I beat was like a big fat dude. I don't think he had any skills. So I kind of got a victory by default. And the other 3 were just, I was outmatched. You know, going from football to boxing was a very difficult transition. I was with Micky Ward last night, my trainer, saying how difficult it is. It's a whole different kind of skill to learn that. And yeah, it's been, you know, so we came up with our whole idea of Jerry getting back in the ring. He's 65 this year, but at the time last year, he was 64. I said, Jerry, you know, time is wasting. Let's raise money for these underprivileged kids in New Jersey. And that's a group called YCS, Youth Consultation Services. I said, getting in the ring one more time. I think his last real match was against George Foreman. Didn't end too well for him back in 1990, although Reverend George said to me one time that Jerry threw the hardest punch that he ever had in his career. Now, George Foreman had been through wars with Ali, Frazier, all these guys. For him to say that, and Ron Lyle, I mean, all these great fights Foreman's had, and he said Jerry Cooney threw the hardest punch. I think it was in that first round. Second round didn't go so well for Jerry. But, you know, it was Jerry's a great guy, charitable, pours his heart out, helps other retired fighters. We have very similar, I guess we're both Irish, so the Dempsey, Cooney. So I got Irish Micky Ward. It's a whole Irish theme we have going on here. But we came up with the idea, and then obviously the resilience that we've had to go through is I trained and I was ready for it last June. It's postponed till December of last year. We couldn't do it, of course, up in Hoboken. And now it's going to be June 5th, and we're excited. We're getting into promoting it, and I think we're going to have a great time. Fight night, and we got Johnny Damon in my corner. I got Tracy Morgan coming. Larry Holmes is going to be in Jerry's corner. I don't know why Larry's going with Jerry's corner. Decided to go to the other side. I ran Barkley. We got some Sopranos guys coming out, and Doc Gooden, my boy Doc Gooden, is going to be there supporting me. So it's a really cool, just really more to get people excited about getting back to normalcy again and raising money for a good cause, like we're doing today for Johnny Damon's foundation. I mean, he does a great thing every year. Johnny's one of my closest friends, and he just inspires by just being out there doing what he does to help others.
And I know you have mentioned you've been to tons of Super Bowl weeks. Tell me how this year has been a little bit different with the Super Bowl week.
Yeah, I got to tell you, when I arrived at the convention center, with just going through Radio Row, first the health check was like, okay, got the yellow band and doing all that was kind of unique in itself. And then just going out there, Radio Row every year is buzzing. Minneapolis, we did it at Mall of America a couple of years ago. Miami was like on fire last year. Year it was pretty, I wouldn't say, dead, but it was kind of like there wasn't the buzz and the excitement because it just wasn't a lot of people there. So it definitely, I hope it gets a little more I'm going to return to Radio Row on Friday, and I'm curious to see what it looks like. But I understand a lot of people. I mean, look, you've been doing interviews with guys from their hotel rooms, Kurt Warner, people like that. I mean, it's just a interesting dynamic, and I totally understand it. People got to stay safe out there. And but I think the NFL, look, I mean, we all wore masks. Very careful with everything going on, but it's still very unique. I think people will always remember it for being the most unique Super Bowl ever. But in a way, I think it's still pretty cool that we're doing it. And
all right, girls, as we wrap up Dads and Daughters, so Super Bowl Sunday. I know this is pre-recorded, of course, so I think the viewer's going to watch this on Valentine's Day. But I do want to ask or say, who's your prediction for Tampa Bay and the Chiefs? I'm going with Tom Brady. I can't root against him. We got the Buccaneer jerseys going here. I'm going to say 31. I want Patrick Mahomes to have a great game, but I'm thinking 31-7 or maybe 31-9. Maybe 3 field goals. We'll see. But Mahomes is going to have a great game, but the Tampa Bay defense is incredible. And, man, those defensive ends are explosive. And JPP. And, I mean, we have some great talent in the looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of old. So, hopefully John Lynch gets inducted into the Hall of Fame this upcoming Saturday when they make the announcements. But, girls, who are you ready for the Buccaneers?
Yes.
All right. Well, one final note for next week, Sunday, February 21st, we're going to have my friend, I met him in Super Bowl week earlier this week, Justin Nair. He's a youth advocate for the New Jersey Center for Tourette's Syndrome. And he's got a courageous story, this young man. He has an organization called Just a Label. He wants to normalize disabilities and end the stigmas that come with disorders like Tourette's. So we're looking forward to having him on our show next week, and hopefully you'll all enjoy our cool Super Bowl edition. And girls, I can't wait to come home. And Gizzy, I'm coming for you, Gizzy. Gizzy misses her walks with her dad. And right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Any final words? There's Gizzy, looking really suave. Look at that, very elegant, right, Gizzy? What do you think, Jenna? You had a good time?
What?
Jenna's been on her phone the whole time. This kid is always on her phone, but we love Jenna. So love you, the Babushka, signing off with Gizzy, and see you next Sunday on Dads and Daughters.